Greetings and welcome to Prosperous Universe. Before I get started, this game was provided for free by the developer. This is actually a really interesting game. It has hooked onto my ability. This game fits with me, right? Basically, numbers and crunching and the complicated systems and interactions and stuff. It's kind of, let's put it this way. I've had this screen open in the background and keep tapping to it for about 3 days solid now. So yeah. Anyway, regardless of that. Two things I want to do today. I want to get a little bit of future stuff up. I've done some stuff off camera because this game continues to progress even when not recording. So yeah, you have to keep doing stuff. So here's a couple of things. First of all, I over on the Prosperous Universe Discord, there we go, made a suggestion that hey, wouldn't it be interesting to see how other people got their layouts? I want to see what other people are doing with their interfaces, you know. And here's my mess of a layout. And obviously I sent a link of my mess. I got a reply back from Anime who said, hey, I like to have a market overlay, and I thought that's actually a really good idea. We can have a dedicated screen just for the market overlay. So thank you to Anime for the advice. On the other hand, we got people doing really complicated layouts of all of their different markets. I don't think we go that far down, mostly because our production doesn't really need most of this. Our stuff is mostly based around carbon and the making of carbon, so we can ignore most of that for ourselves. This plays down into different community markets. Again, we don't really need the different community markets, mostly because we sold all of our ship fuel, so we can't ship to those areas anyway, and it is ridiculously expensive to get over there right now. Hopefully the price of fuel will come down and we can start shipping stuff between planets and stuff, but unless my calculations were wrong, they may very well be. It was a really early calculation to see if it was worth doing anything. And we got some basic layouts. So hopefully we'll start seeing more and more layouts as things go. There was something about cookies, and I wonder if I was interested in cookies. Anyway, that's for later. I will investigate the cookie situation in the future. There we go. Right, so, as I was saying, so I want to set up a dedicated screen for markets based on what Anime has done with their stuff, which I think is a good idea. I need to get some production. So what's happened in the meantime is that the production of fatty nuts is still ongoing. 13 days to go. That's just hampering our production right now. We could really help with that, having the extra growing ability, but nothing we can do about that. Let's see, yes. And over here we have the our grains are growing. They'll be ready in 2 days, which is going to be very useful to us. The hydrocarbon plants have indeed completed their growth, and as a result of that, we have now our 2 carbon incinerators are both functioning, and we'll have some carbon ready tomorrow sometime. I currently have 2 carbon sat on the market here, and I'm thinking we just put that up on sale right now. Because we don't need to keep it in stock, but it's not really helpful in any way. In fact, where's our carbon store right now? Carbon stock, carbon. There's nobody really. That's not carbon. That's CI1. CI1's a planet. That's not useful. That is. Oh, go for CI1. That's overalls. That's right. So that's not helpful. Where's carbon? Where's my carbon prices? Carbon. There it is. Carbon prices. All right. So over on the carbon prices, we have 2 people selling it at over 1,400 and 1,300. That is expensive because if we drop to the Excel spreadsheet right now, welcome to the spreadsheet. I will warn you about your eyes once more time, but it's a bit late already, isn't it? I've been number crunching, changing stuff around. As you can tell, the spreadsheet has evolved a little bit since last time round, adding in some extra producers. Figuring if we were to produce food ourselves, having a cost right down. And what if we had an extra incinerator? What if we hired more people? Because, quite frankly, we're operating right now at a 66% efficiency due to not having enough people. I figured out if we were to bring the people in, it would cost us 51,000 credits, which we do not have, to be able to build the people pioneer habitation. But what would actually happen here is our production times would go from 15 hours. Over here is our 60% and our 100%. So let's say we can get to 100% production. That'll put that to 9.9, 19.8, 19.8, 24.42, and that would bring our total cost of production down to 699, which is a perfectly viable price to be selling carbon at. But that would also double our cost, so that would go from 4 to 8 to 8 and to 1. Bringing our cost up to 1,395, and that is indeed a problem in its own right because we can put this back to the way they are. because at our current market price with everything, we're producing it for 1057, so it would actually cost us more to increase our efficiency, which is annoying. I want to bring the efficiency up. But other than that, also the prices have changed over here, so now it's time to look at the prices. Alright, so before we get started with anything else, what are our prices right now? Drinking water has a price of 110 for about, yeah, a decent amount of stock, 110. So if our drinking water, actually what we'll do is put here, per cost price right now is really expensive, but if we make a copy of that, so 2160.21, and over here put a 1057.85, just so we can keep a marker on those. If the drinking water has dropped down from the market stable price of 120 down to 110, that drops our production prices down to 1029. This is what we really care about. If both incinerators are running and both growing plants are running, this is the price we can run at. Now, obviously, right now we got this annoying nutty stuff in there, and I know somebody will want to buy the nuts once it's produced, so we have a market to sell it, hopefully. So it's not entirely lost, but yeah, if we could get both of those doing grains, then we could have the carbons running full time round the clock, no problem. To help with the fact that these have been delayed, I have actually gone out and purchased some grains here, as you can see. I bought 20, I figured we'd get some production up and running, which we'll deal with in a very short while. Anyway, rations. Rations are at 220 last time we looked. Now they are at, 180. Okay, 180. 180 brings our price down to 918. And I will point out, I have indeed got 15 rations. I think it's 15 rations? 11 rations in stock. I bought them earlier. And we bought them for about 135, I think we bought them for, which brings our price right down, as you can see there, to 792. Now we'll keep the 180 as that's our current available best price. I do have an idea to put in a price in place and see if people were to sell that, but we don't really need any rations right now. And overall at 300, 300, and really, oh come on! If you're gonna make some stuff, don't set it 1 penny below the actual the maximum price you could possibly sell at. I mean, if this person here said, "Hey, I need to sell the rations, but I'm going to sell it at 219.99 like this person has done," all it does is it keeps the prices really high. It doesn't bring the manufacturing cost or anything down. Don't go for the maximum you can possibly get. Go for a nice profit above what your production costs are, so that everyone else can then bring their costs down. That's just how you've got to do it in these early markets. It's a really fledgling economy, and it's got to be helped keep it operational with people. People have to play smart rather than money. Once the economy's running fine, grab as much money as you can get, go for it. But right now we've got to try and bring the prices down. So I could say, hey, we're going to produce carbon at 1299 because that's a 1 penny below, well, 1 cent or credit or whatever it is below the next competitor. But we're going to try and bring it down to 1,000 or below if we can. Now, let's see, drinking water's down there, those are our main costs. What's H2O at? 105, what we bought at last. H2O is currently at 105 still. Excellent. That means Event Horizon is keeping the price low, because the alternative would be 160, and that's just not going to be sustainable. But that is good. Okay, so those prices means right now we can produce at 918. But I did buy the rations at I want to say 135, something like that, which brings our price way down to that 792. Keep that way for now. So I'm going to sell this carbon at 900 in hopes that we can spur the carbon out there at 900, bring the carbon prices down, and as a result bring down these costs hopefully more, and that will allow us to bring the carbon down to, if we can get that down to what it was before, we can get down to 700. We can bring the carbon down to 800. We can keep the prices coming down. That's the plan. Of course, that all being said, if this water could come down to what I've requested, which is 80, then that would be amazing, because water comes down to 80, that brings our price down to 800 already, and if the rations then came back down to say 40, we're making carbon at 722. We can definitely hold an 800 and making profit at the same time. And if overalls were to come down at the same time, let's say 200, we're making carbon at less than 700 right now. So if the prices of the raw materials come down, we can definitely do some good stuff. Anyway, that's enough talking. That has been 10 minutes of just talking about what we're planning to do. Let's actually do some stuff. Let's look at what we did while we were off camera, shall we? I bought the carbohydrate grains for 200. Actually, it was about 195. I had to put my limit in place to make it easier for me to bother. If I look at the view, we bought it. We said 295. They were actually there. They were selling for 195. We bought 20 units worth of the grains. We are good to start producing from the grains. Okay, let's do that. New order on the incinerator, please. Bring this over here, so it's near the incinerator. We've got to put it there. We have 20 grains available with 2 incinerators. So the best option, given that these will both be shut down tomorrow, is to do half of the production each. So if we have 20 grains and we were to do a 5 batch, that would use all 20. So if we do a 2 and a 3, they'll take 3 days each. So the best option right now would be to just do a batch of 1s. Yeah. They'll take a day 13 each, but they'll have 2 completing, then another 2 completing, then another 2 well, 1 completing. But hopefully by then we'll have these, we can stock even more. Yeah, for now we'll just do a bunch of 1s. There we go. They'll be burning great. No, they're hydrocarbon plants. Pay attention. Pay attention, Peter. But you have to pay attention because clicking the wrong buttons and putting the wrong things in stock is why we have 13 days of nuts being produced. Yes. Grains, probably the last one. Yes. And it's only 4 and 2, so the same situation applies. Still 1 day, 13 hours. Produce all the things. There we go. Nice and happy. Also, we are getting a bonus right now from a planetary project. 10%, not bad. We have no resource extraction experts, 0%, and pioneers 56. Why do we have no experts? I thought we had experts. Active 02. I can remove them, but why are you not? Why? Maybe they only work on this side of things. Wrong button press. Maybe they work on this side of things. Yes, they work on the agricultural experts. So they're agricultural experts, not resource extraction experts. So if we had resource extraction experts over here, if we had these people, then we would have a bonus to our carbon production. Okay, now we know. Now we know. Alright, anyway, we've got the carbon queued up for the next few days. So I'll be checking back on a regular basis, episodes as I find a lot of things to do in one go. Okay, so the carbohydrate grains have been done. Let's delete that. It says filled there, so it's done. Boop, gone. Next one, I bought some rations. The rations I purchased were at a price of 139.99 because I needed rations, and 139.99 for rations is well below the 220, which 139 is a really nice price. In fact, what I'm going to do is soon is put a better price in for that. In fact, let's go into here. If we put you a 139, there was 140 because it was 139.99. That brings our production down to nearly 800. You know, if we can get that, if that price can be stabilized, that'd be great. So the rations, delete that. And then the carbon, we sold 4 units of our carbon at a price of 900 yesterday, which made us a nice bit of cash. And that has gone into the bank and has since been used to buy the other stuff we bought. So yeah, things are being used and things are being done, and that is good for everybody. All right, so that's all good there. We should also set up some more grains ready to be produced, 2 days at a time. But these won't be doing anything for a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days at the minimum. Grains, please. No, the one that uses less water, please. Thank you. We should actually do a batch of 5. It'll produce 20 units. It'll take 6 days, but there's no benefit doing that because it doesn't have a production bonus for doing everything in one go. So you might have to produce them in small batches, for now anyway, until we get that second one up and running. So yes, let's just pop those in there for a few days as well. They'll be completing around the same time they are. Each one of those can feed one of those, so it balances out roughly. For now, we'll just keep it like that. I don't see any reason not to, unless what if we don't put any growing in? I wonder if the workers, because right now the workers on here have a efficiency of 79% and this one of 66%. I'm going to try something. Let's just not fulfill the growing thing for now. We've got 2 days, so once that 2 days completes, no more growing. We have these 20 sat here, and we'll see if this efficiency goes up, because we're holding, if we're holding like 66%, if that will go, hey, we're not working here, we'll just go work over there. That'd be so much better. Although I feel that these nuts are going to keep the resources directly in. If that is true, I will manually queue up the more grains. Anyway, that is now done. These hydrocarbon plants, I'm never going to use them. These two. We might as well put these up for sale as well. I mean, I'm sure somebody might want them, right? Finally, let's get rid of that sale. Now, what we have already in orders, I have drinking water requests. We have 1 drinking water right now. I have a request for 80. Well, 20 units at a price of 80. And I have overalls 10 at 200. My hope is, by putting the overalls at 10 at 200, the person currently selling them down here at 299.99 might turn around and go, you know what, let's drop the price by 99.99 and at least make a sale. So that's just a way of asking them to please, can you drop your prices? It will hopefully help out there. We're also asking the water people, any chance you can bring your water prices down from 110 all the way down to 80? That would be amazing. And other people are already asking here, as you can see, for a price of 75. So this is a way of saying, market wants this, you're making this, any chance you could meet us somewhere between that? I mean, if they came down to like 90, or even just straight to 100, I would bring my price up and I would immediately buy that. Every cent dropped, every credit dropped is a massive impact on the long-term production costs. Okay, but we should also put a price in for rations as well. Well, we don't need rations right now, but if I put a price in, it might encourage someone to lower their prices down. But I don't need them to supply me rations right now. I don't want to risk someone doing that and then make me lose some cash. So for now, I need some water. We're down to, well, that's less than a day's worth of water. They're going to start complaining very, very shortly. So we're going to need to go and buy some drinking water anyway. Alright, drinking water over here. Let's place an order. I already have an order for 80 credits, but we do need more water now. I am going to ask for 2 days worth of water rations at a price of 110. I'm going to buy that now. There we go. And we bought it. Yes, we bought some from Hound. Okay, so let me look at how that works on the view. Oh, excellent! It actually split the cost between 2 different providers. That's great for us because it means that both of them get a bit of cash and they can reinvest it, hopefully. So that's we've got 2 days worth of supply from these two at 110. That is great. I'll delete that now so it's not in my log anymore. And we have it still set to 80, so if it comes down to 80, I'll buy more at 80. That is good news to you. Why are you beeping, phone? Why are you beeping? Tell me, what is your reason? Meow Meows is now streaming. Well, that wasn't important. It was actually because she's actually really funny. She plays Dead by Daylight and she's very funny. If you want to look, it's Meow Meows over on Twitch. She's a funny person. Anyway, I don't know why I didn't. I just. It's what? 5:39 AM. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Okay. So I've asked them to do 200. People have come in now and said, "Hey, I need the price. I need the stuff. I'm going to have to pay a higher price." Even though we might not get these clothing, which we don't need because I have 3 of them in stock now, because I bought them earlier. This is just a way to, hey, can you bring the prices down? We need lower prices here, and that's all we're doing here. It's asking this person to lower their prices, or somebody else coming in below them. Right. So next up, we're going to actually ship out our carbon. Boop. We have 2 units in stock, and we're going to sell this carbon for 900 as a way to say, hey, we can make it at 900. If you can bring stuff down, we can go even lower. But hey, you two are making 13 and 1400. Any chance you could maybe help the market out as well? We'll put that as a sell command. There we go. So we have now got a sell command for 900 right there. Okay, I think that's all good. We have carbon for sale at 900. Hopefully somebody will buy that up pretty soon. In 23 hours, there will be 4 more units of carbon, which will also go on sale for 900 units. Automatically, I'll do it myself off camera. There's no point showing you that because he's kind of bored waiting for me to do that. Our cash levels right now are down at 962, which is low. That's our cash right there. We had 16,000 at the end of the last episode, I think it was, or maybe a bit higher than that, maybe 18,000. But I've been buying stuff in, so hopefully with this stuff, like these, will pay their own dividends out. We have enough water to go for a couple of days, we have enough overalls to go for a few days, and we have rations to go for a few days. So we should generally be okay for the next little while. Hopefully the prices will come down in the meantime. I will keep this price here just to keep it as a guide to help these people come down in price. I might put a request in here to bring the rations down to 135, but I don't want to spend any more cash on rations just yet. I may put an order request in for just a small amount, just to bring it up to a multiple of the rations. We consume 4 every day, so 11 isn't really a nice round number for that. Although saying that drinking water's at 9, that's also not a round number. Might actually, yeah. Well, drinking water, I'm going to leave it all alone because I have an order in place anyway. Anyway, that's what we're going to do later on. And the clothing side of things, I'm going to leave that one open at 200 just to hope this will add to some market pressure. Water, on the other hand, water prices are really reasonable. If we need more water, which we don't right now, I would happily buy that water at that price. So that is all good. So let me know what you think of the game and any like strategies we should try out. We were getting to the point where we were thinking of maybe abandoning the company and set up a new one, but I think the market has turned a point now where the raw prices on the right hand side there have come down sufficiently that they are making it possible for us to actually run carbon production. And carbon production is a key thing for everybody else, because everybody else is complaining about the high carbon prices, because no metallurgy is a big problem. Well, I'm sure we'll see what's happening in the market soon enough, but until next time, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!